What's going on, guys? I'm Jace.
I'm Josh.
And we both agree that Ben 10 versus Green Lantern was bullshit.
Bullshit. Just put Dragon Ball over me.
You've gone Super Saiyan for salt.
Oh my god. Salty
Saiyan.
Yes, salty Saiyan.
So anyway,
okay. This is a big problem I have. They said, oh, the Omnitrix has a defensive pulse to protect Ben from anyone trying to yank off the Omnitrix off his arm.
But it was cutting off his arm, to be fair. But
I mean, but like,
still, I do believe that it should have helped him.
It's like, oh, you're about to get the Omnitrix is like, oh, you're about to get your arm cut off. Well, I'm of no help whatsoever. And it's like, oh, Green Lantern traveling back in time is enough to outsmart Alien X.
Fuck that. We don't believe it. So anyways, that being said, we are going to watch a video by Ink Tank called An Analysis on Ben 10 versus Green Lantern.
Debunked.
It is good. Yeah, this is hopefully... What do you expect? Have you watched these kind of videos before? The Debunked?
I watched a video of Ink Tank's where he talks about how Ben 10 is powerful enough to beat Superman and Goku.
But not Green Lantern? Fuck that.
No, not Green Lantern, apparently.
Alright, let's hope that everything makes more sense in this video. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Finish your drink. Okay, go.
I'm not letting you leave with that.
Oh shit. Oh, did he just crush in human form?
You completely forgot about me, didn't you? Ben.
Oh shit, so he just took it.
I always figured the Omnitrix had a failsafe that wouldn't let me die, and sure enough, it kicked in.
This video contains spoilers for the entire Ben 10 vs. Green Lantern Death Battle episode, which at the time of this upload is currently only available on Rooster Teeth's paid subscription plan. If you have not seen the battle and do not wish for it to be spoiled, please go check it out when it's available to the public, and I'll see you back here soon.
This is a sweet ass logo, dude.
First things first, I totally called that they were going to mix up the child and teenage versions of his
I hated that.
right down to the first alien they'd use. A few days ago, I made a video exemplifying Ben's versatility as a fighter and a few Omnitrix features that get overlooked. The video was in response to the announcement of Ben Tennyson being accepted as a participant in the infamous brawler web series known as Death Battle. I said I would make a follow-up video after the battle is released, but if you haven't watched my first video, then that is totally fine. This video can be enjoyed and understood completely on its own as a response to Death Battle's episode. I would still like to recommend checking it out at some point later,
dodging
though,
lasers
as
right
it
now
covers
in
a lot of
human
feats
form.
about Ben 10 that I'd love to bring more attention to. But what I'm going to focus on in this video is things directly relevant to the Death Battle. I'm going to break it up into sections to make it a bit easier to consume. This will cover what I liked about the battle, what I'd fix about the battle, such as everything they got wrong or some things that they did that wouldn't actually work,
Alien
and
X.
then responding to the comments from my last video. Anyways, I had no problems with the recap. Every time I was about to make a note, they seemed to be one step ahead. It was very surprising.
I can agree with that.
They really laid out a lot of feats I didn't think they'd mention. There were some statements that were phrased that made it seem like they watched a few of my videos for this, which is pretty neat. There were a few minor errors, like when they talked about Weybig's fight against the Dagon, they showed a clip of him fighting malware. Or when they said the overuse of the Omnitrix can horribly disfigure a user's DNA, which I don't think I've ever heard before, even as a rumor.
I knew it.
Interested in knowing where they got that.
I heard that and I was
They
like,
also say
I don't remember that.
Is one of the show's creators,
Maybe I
but
just
none of these
overlooked it, or
come
maybe
up
I'm
in
making
actual
shit up.
battles, so who cares? The fight was really cool to watch too. It kept me on the edge of my seat with how close things would come. The writing for Ben and Hal seemed pretty in character, and I thought the voices were great as well. My favorite one was Weybig due to it being the most accurate to the show.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
The voice of Ben did a fantastic job, but I felt like his voice would have suited teenage Ben much better, especially since they
Yeah, I
were
can agree
using
with that.
transformations from Alien Force onward.
I can give you 10 good reasons right now to let me go. You're not the first doofus to try to take this. It's hero time!
I get that the classic Ben is more recognizable, but honestly, non-fans of Ben 10 aren't gonna care which Ben you use, so why not appease to the people who actually do care? You can't tell me that seeing Kid Goku using Ultra Instinct wouldn't be jarring.
Oh my
That
god.
one shot of Heat Blast shooting a flamethrower with Hal manifesting a fire extinguisher was brilliant.
Yeah, that was
I might
pretty
be
cool.
Mistaken, but I think they were even using an original score too, so props to them for that. It even had lyrics.
Yes, they
the
did.
Super Strength flick Alien X did.
I love
The
that.
episode, and
That part was like a
Ben
ooh.
10,000 did the same thing as Atomic.
Oh
The
yeah.
thing I
I
was
don't
worried
remember
about
that.
was them not giving Ben full control of Alien X, and they kind of didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Let me explain.
Okay. What do you fix? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, because I do remember when I
ended up
first
having a
saw
lot more
Alien
fix
X in
than
the
I
actual
would've liked.
series, like
I really wanted this to be
he was like
easy
kind
for
of
Ben to
frozen. He
enjoy
was
the
like just a
battle,
statue.
but
Yeah, because he
ironically,
couldn't make a
my biggest
decision, but
problems
ever
with the
since then,
video happened right
Ben-
when Alien X showed up.
Ben can control
The best
Alien
way
X
to
now.
begin
Okay.
To explain every reason why the way they had Hal Jordan win would not work. Number 1, the Soda Bro effect. The way they had Hal Jordan win was by having him go back in time to the start of the battle. But what they failed to account for was the Soda Bro effect.
Soda Bro effect?
The Soda Bro effect is a ripple in the time stream created that can be detectable by those
Oh,
whose
yeah.
abilities are powerful enough to perceive.
Yeah,
things
wait a
The
minute.
second Hal would use his time powers, and the fact he literally says,
Time, huh? Thanks for the tip.
Alien X would be able to sense it and follow him back
Oh,
in
nice.
time with
Nice
him.
animation.
The fight wouldn't just end there. Alien X can time travel as well. Number 2, the Omnitrix's many failsafes. So Death Battle claims that the Omnitrix has no defenses against Ben's arm getting cut off, but that's literally what the energy feedback was for, to protect Ben. They even show it activate at the start of the battle. Cutting Ben's arm off counts as the Omnitrix being forcibly removed from Ben.
Yes.
Therefore, the Omnitrix would counter this. They also mention that the Omnitrix is able to take control and transform Ben into whatever alien he needs to survive, but fail to actually show that either. The Omnitrix
Yes.
could have transformed Ben into Goop, or Diamond Head,
Yes.
or someone else that could have survived with scissors. Catching Ben off guard isn't even an argument, because the Omnitrix's AI is advanced enough to react to things on its own.
Yes.
Such as,
The Omnitrix can instantly transform him fast enough to catch the Big Bang.
which is their words, not mine.
Yes!
The fact that the Omnitrix has an anti-
But not fast enough to
isn't
stop
even brought
that
up
fucking
once.
Green Lantern
That
scissors.
fail-safe that wouldn't let me die, and sure enough, it kicked in right when the Big Bang started, gave me just the alien I needed. It always seems to give me the right alien. When I want something else, guess I should stop fighting it. It seems to know me better than me. The Omnitrix had a fail-safe that wouldn't let me die, wouldn't let me die, wouldn't let me die. Fail-safe.
And they used
Yes!
clips from the very same episode that this is mentioned in, even showing scenes moments before the statement. So it seems like they did not watch the full episodes that they pulled clips from before using them. I mean, that may be a bit too much to ask, but had they done it, they would have come across a major game-changing feat. Number 3, misunderstanding Alien X. My biggest problem with the video was how they handled Alien X in general. He was treated far more like a melee fighter than he actually is, and his durability was significantly downplayed to the point of being non-existent at some times.
Oh, yeah.
To start, Alien X can erase people in the blink of an eye, yet they're having him Thanos him in a painfully slow manner.
Oh my
this
God,
is not
yes.
how Alien X erases people. They could just blink and you'd be gone. As I've said, he was primarily fighting melee style, which while we have seen this in the show, it's never been to such an isolated and prolonged degree. You can see Alien X clones in the background as if they're waiting for an opening to get in on the punching.
Yes.
But they can warp all of time and space.
Oh my God,
Why are
yes.
they treating this like a street brawl? Bare minimum, they should at least be firing an energy blast or throwing planets or something, if you want to
Yes.
keep things purely physical. But them standing around to watch is just unacceptable. Remember when you showed how he can create a galaxy-sized black hole? Where was that? Even if Hal could counter it, why is he only punching? In fact, this shield shouldn't even be working against Alien X.
Oh my God, yes! Are
Especially
you kidding
if you're
me?
going to show forearms shattering one of his shields moments earlier. This shot right here particularly bugs me for many reasons. First, if we're gonna pretend that this can even happen, then Hal's raw aura is enough to vaporize 3 different Alien X's instantaneously, and he
Oh
should
my
have
God, I didn't even notice.
However, they shouldn't disappear because there's no reason to. They're not shadow clones.
They're
Once
not
Ben
fucking
duplicates,
shadow
there's not
clones,
like a
he's
one
right.
main Alien X. They're not just gonna vanish if Ben
They're
is
all
gone.
pretty much the
The
same.
second that shield is down, they're still gonna be there and leave Hal exposed, and at the very least can keep punching him, I guess. Number 4, Hal's big weakness. One fact they confirm but is completely overlooked is while Hal's ring has a periodic cooldown time, Ben's Omnitrix does not when Master Control is active. And it's pretty obvious from the get-go that Ben has Master Control in this battle. We see Alien X use his time reversal abilities, but only once. Which is strange because it's not like he couldn't continue to do this over and over for just about ever.
Yeah, and then
He
wait for his ring to run
continuously
out.
Rewind time and trap Hal in a Doctor Strange Dormammu type situation. until Hal's ring inevitably runs out of power. And
Oh,
Yes!
snap!
Hal may be fast.
I would like
but
to
his
see
ring's
that.
Recharge time is not instantaneous. So once
Yes!
the ring runs out of power, he is forced to leave himself vulnerable. Ben's Omnitrix can keep Ben as one transformation for as long as he needs. The confirmed record so far being held by Albedo, remaining as Alien X for nearly an entire year. There's also the fact that Ben's Omnitrix has failsafes against its removal, but Hal's ring...
I thought I saw in an episode when he turned into
Oh, yeah.
when he turned into Ditto for the first time. He was gonna play around with the new alien,
Unless I want to.
but then it was
any
like.
of these scenarios that they created
But then it
would work
like
is because
shut down
they
and transformed him back, and he says,
significantly
"As
downplayed
soon
Alien
as I'm gonna play with this
That
alien
was
more."
just too
The
easy to
Omnitrix
choreograph
runs out of
in
power,
these
and it
very
says,
Dragon Ball
and then he says,
Z-like kind
"As
of battles."
soon
Yeah.
as
don't
I
have the
turn back,
creativity or
as
not
soon as he recharges."
creativity, focus or versatility to handle a character like Alien X or Ben Tennyson in general and use him to the fullest. I'm disappointed
really good
we never
point.
even got to see Chromastone or Feedback interact with Hal's light constructs, especially considering Feedback is even listed as one of the notable transformations. Number 5, the afterthoughts. After the battle, the two hosts just recap in more detail why they think Hal has the right to win. But it seems like they were just stating random facts to fluff out the ending and further prove their point, but a lot of their facts were either wrong or contradict what was said or shown.
He could only ever use one at a time, while Hal always has access to all of his powers.
Even with the flexibility of Master Control, this meant Ben
That's
was
bullshit.
always playing catch-up.
Not really, because in your own video, Ben pretty much is leading the battle and calling the shots. Hal is reacting to everything Ben is doing.
Yes!
So that statement right there is just untrue.
Ben's Diamond Head form was tough, sure, but he wasn't surviving a planet exploding in his face.
Not
Diamond
only did
Head
they
wasn't
not
in the
even
fight.
use Diamond Head, but
Yes.
who cares? He has other aliens that could easily survive a planet-level attack, especially Alien X, who seemed to be the focus of this battle.
Accelerate was wicked fast, but not fast enough to cross
Accelerate
the
also
universe's
wasn't in the
power.
battle.
But Jet Ray is, and they
Yes.
didn't use Accelerate or Jet Ray in this battle at all.
The time
yes.
Alien X recreated the universe. He only did that because he couldn't stop it from being destroyed in the first place.
Also incorrect. He just didn't know the universe was actually being destroyed. He did nothing because he did not know what was going on and completely underestimated the stakes.
Wait, the universe really is being destroyed? But Alien X can fix this, right? Right?
In fact, the feedback holding the Big Bang feat mentioned earlier in the video was him doing that very thing, preventing an active Annihilarch from going off because he does understand the stakes now. They literally mention him doing something that they later say he can't do.
Alien X has never shown any defense
Yes!
against the same kinds of things that Hal could replicate, like mind control, transmutation, and
You
time
just
manipulation.
fucking stabbed him.
Are you serious? They then quote yet another Derek J. Wyatt statement proclaiming him to be a creator, trying to refute Alien X's multiversal durability. But if you were to ask the actual creators of Ben 10, you'd come to learn that yes, they indeed can, and it is not a joke. You can hear more information about that in my video, Ben 10 Creators Answer Your Questions.
Responding to comments. I think we're through the thick of it.
So now, I'd like to take the time to respond to some of my comments from my previous video. A lot of good points were brought up, and I'm glad that I have the chance to go over them. Our first comment asks if Ben's transformation upgrade could
I said
take
that.
over Hal's ring. And while at first I
It
wanted
is
to
alien
dismiss
tech,
the
that
idea,
is-
I did quite a bit of research on it, and seeing as the ring is tech-based, be it very advanced tech, I have yet to find a reason why Upgrade would not be able to take control and even dismantle Hal's ring. So there's another easy win right there. Another user wanted me to mention other skill sets that Ben has, such as piloting multiple types of aircrafts, not unlike Hal Jordan, and the ability to learn magic thanks to currently inactive genetics within him. We only see Ben perform
that's
magic
true.
in one of his alternative futures, but since it's indeed a possible future, it confirms the possibility of Ben mastering this practice. Blue Flaming Wolf also brought up another
Good name.
great feat that Ben has. He has perfect photographic memory.
That is true.
That's the door to anywhere. Nothing can breach it. You have to know the true name of the place you're going.
You mean the glowy letters? No problem.
You remember all that just from looking at it? Sure,
You really aren't working up to your potential in school.
that's what they tell me.
Ben has also been able to use his perfect memory to see patterns in his recurring villains, thwarting them easier and easier every time they meet. There was an episode where Ben had seemingly forgotten Zombozo, but it was stated that Ben was only pretending to forget him because he didn't want to admit to Kevin that he used to be afraid of clowns. One user wanted me to
That's
explain
funny.
what the Poultice Altiari is, since I briefly mentioned it. And while it's not really
it's
important,
from the
it is
video
a cool
game.
piece of Ben 10 lore that not many people know about. So I'll make it quick. In the Ben 10 Ultimate Alien game Cosmic Destruction, Ben temporarily has access to an ancient Galvan device known as the Poultice Altiari. It is said to be capable of multiplying one's natural abilities several times over. Ben uses this device on his transformation Waybig to give him an advantage over a battle with Albedo, who is also transformed into a Toku Star. Shortly after the battle, the device destroyed itself. What? Arthur here Ben was able to multiply himself into 1,000.
I feel like you're gonna use that.
And each of those clones could then repeat the process, creating 1 million clones, and potentially repeating the process infinitely.
That's broken.
Similar to the upgrade theory, I wanted to dismiss this as well, simply because it is just so ridiculously broken.
Yep.
But yet again, everything adds up. The Omnitrix is perfectly capable of creating and altering mass, and support multiple powerful transformations.
Oh my god,
so
I forgot
if an
about
infinite
that.
army of Bens isn't your thing, well, try to debunk it in the comments. I'll be listening. The death battle will undoubtedly go down as a significant event in the fandom. It's unfortunate that it doesn't really do justice to our protector of Earth that he deserves, but any exposure for Ben is something to be positive about. So, thank you for checking out my video.
Oh, Ink Tank, you do me good. You do me good. How are you perceiving all this? Because you never watched the shows.
All the information. I mean, that was incredibly detailed. Yeah, Ben told. I'm even more sure now that Ben should have won that.
Oh yeah. I think we need to take back the slaps. The thing that baffles me the most is just, I feel like if you didn't have Hal Jordan win in the dumbest way, I would have been happier with it.
Yeah. Also, yeah, that time the Rustboro effect.
Sotoro
effect. Yeah.
Sotoro.
I mean, Alien X just demonstrates time travel, and to be fair, couldn't he have also gone back even further and killed Hal in the beginning?
Yes. It's dumb.
Yeah. Also, another thing though, would that actually be possible? Because it looks like Alien X just rewinded time so that everything moved, but
Alien X
Green Lantern
can do anything. Literally anything. If you have the power to recreate the universe and not notice that the universe is being destroyed around you, you can go back in time. You can rewind time. You can do all that shit. It's very
Man, he
absurd.
really is.
I'm going to say it again.
He really is basically the same as Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Exactly.
Isn't he?
I just am baffled by the fact that think that cutting off his arm and catching him off guard is going to win, because just the Omnitrix is just like, oh, you have to get your arm cut off? Well, I'm of no help whatsoever.
I mean, and like we saw at like the very beginning of this video, it even had like a giant wall of concrete fall on him,
and then
in human form, and then he transformed this into and then he transformed, went intangible, went through the concrete wall as
big chill. Yeah, he took that concrete to the face, got crushed,
and still survived. He had to get crushed. I mean,
because then you hear the transformation noise. Yeah, Alien Force and Ultimate Alien, he went through this weird phase where he like just shouted the names of the aliens he turned into. Like transform Swamp Fire. It's funny whenever he turned into the wrong alien. He's like he tried to turn into he tried to turn into Chroma Stone. He turns into Humongous Stone. It's just Humongous Stone screaming Chroma Stone. I mean, or Humongousaur. Or like one time it was like we tried to turn into Humongousaur. Let's go Humongousaur. Echo is not who I was going for, but I can make this work.
Does that happen even in Master Control?
No, with Master Control, he doesn't even need to touch the watch. He can just think about it, and then it turns into the alien. There's this, and also Ben is crazy combative. There's this scene where he's fighting Kevin 11 and Vilgax, and they're trying to attack him, but he has Master Control, so he's constantly changing aliens to fit whatever the situation he needs, and he does it he just changes 11 times. And that's how fast he is, how fast he can think, how fast he can react. It's insane. All right, I'm done venting. Thank you, Ink Tank, for pleasuring me in this way. I said it.
Thank you for reassuring us. We are thankful. Rooster Teeth, you suck.
Now we can move on with our lives.
And you just be like, there.
Just. Yeah, there we go. Took it back. All right. Thank you all for watching the video. I'm Josh.
I'm Jace.
We'll see you guys next time around.